It's difficult to quit if you are addicted to something, but some addictions can only be dealt with by knowing the truth. If you will know that what you are addicted to is a weapon formed against you, you will quit immediately. I'm Olani Moloi, and thanks for watching. And this video is not about hating anyone, but it's all about my perspective. I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I've not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Lord Macaulay, 1835. In other words, 1835, in Africa, there was no beggar, no theft, and all these other things. But right now, as we speak, there are others who are like, this statement is not true. But I know very well that these people are very good when it comes to hiding their history. They will always try by all means to hide their history so that they may look good. But here is the thing. Right now, as we speak, Africa has a big problem of beggars, a problem of theft culture, drug culture, alcohol culture, entertainment culture, and many other things. And right now, as we speak, there are many people as well who are good when it comes to defending all these things, because it's like they enjoy these substances. So they have to keep on defending these substances, but not realizing that this culture, African culture and traditions and many other things have been influenced by the Western system. It's not a civilization. It's not like being modern, but this thing was created. In other words, this man was not just saying, you know what, this land is good and these people are good. He was surprised to say, come on, there's no beggar here. There's no theft here. So how can we win? How can we win? Because we cannot win these people. In other words, it's difficult for us to win these people or to destroy these people. But in order for their mission to become successful, they had to bring all these cultural practices. Because when we talk about drug culture, alcohol culture, and all these other things have been created. Because in small gatherings that we do, in other words, we try by all means to make sure that in order for us to be happy, people should be drunk. People should not know what is going on. In other words, everybody should be high. In everything that we do, we have to bring all these confusions. Then at the end of the day, we start suffering. So most of these traditions, African traditions that we love defending so much, they've been influenced by these systems that were created. So that is why when people brag about the traditions and cultures and everything, I always say we have to go back. We have to go back, because when we go to 18 something, 19 something, even 17 something, these colonizers were already in Africa, trying by all means to influence Africans with all these disasters. So if someone has been colonized for over 400 years, in order to deal with these problems, you have to go back to the root of the problem. So this statement made by Lord Macaulay can be used as a root of the problem in order to deal with our current issues. Because you can tell that the way people get drunk, it's not normal at all, but it's a system that was used so that people can enjoy that culture, can take drunkenness as their culture or as part of their culture, so that they can forget about all these things. And you have to know something, that if you are a drug addict or if you are addicted to some of these substances, then your life cannot be normal, because there'll come a time whereby you have to sell your car, You have to sell your TV. You have to sell anything until you don't have anything, because now you have to depend on these substances. Then at the end of the day, you start living on the streets. Then the moment you start staying on the streets, you become a beggar. Then you'll keep on begging and begging and begging. And at some point, some people will just ignore you. And when they ignore you, you become offended, because you have to feed that desire. You have to feed that addiction. Then at the end of the day, you start stealing. Now, many people have hope that the politicians that we have solutions. But I just want to say, these people, they don't have solutions at all. But instead, they are promoting the very same culture, because the system was created to promote these cultural practices in order to keep Africa and Africans where they are right now. Because as long as you are busy focusing on these things, as long as the moment you get your income, you have to enjoy yourself. In other words, you have to get high. Then they are busy taking what belongs to you. And the moment you are addicted now, in other words, you are going to accept anything. You are going to accept any offer. You are going to work any kind of job. Why? Because you are desperate. You have to feed the addiction while the enemy is busy taking what belongs to you. This is history, but I know that African history is hated by anyone, including the algorithm.